Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind.
No, he's here.
It's in your mind.
It's real. What's happening?
Go towards it.
Wow, that was that was kind of insane. So many things just happened. We got thrown off this bridge over here because I guess Hela showed her face. Now the thing that stands out to me immediately is that the dark rod on our arm seems to be above our elbow now, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case before. So yeah, that kind of makes me wonder about this whole permadeath thing. If it just kind of is cued by this cutscene that where we got smacked off this bridge and we kind of lost in a way, so the dark rod grew. So I'm kind of wondering how much of that is actually in our own hands. You know, maybe it's just a story thing. Maybe they're just trying to scare you by telling you you will die if the dark rod reaches your head or heart, one of those two. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm not really sure what to make of that just yet. Also, she cauterized a wound on her face. Look at that. Oh, she had a huge cut and she cauterized it with her sword. Our sword is broken. That's the next thing. And she was kind of talking like her shadow in the iron mirror. So this thing on our hip, I think after Valravn, Dillion or Druth, told us that it was a iron mirror, his iron mirror, and that's where we get the powers from. But yeah, she was talking in that thing with the voice of her shadow, which was insane. So many things that just happened that were just totally crazy. I guess we're gonna explore this area now. I have no clue what could be next. This looks amazing though. Look at that. This game is so beautiful. So this is a dead end. I kind of wanted to check this out. Yeah, we seem to be really wounded. And can barely run. We need to follow that light. Is he fighting?
There it is. You're imagining. It's Dillion. He's gone.
It's Dillion.
How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going.
Oh, she's so weak now.
It was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Man. Look at the Viking shields. So cool.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father Zinbel made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Yeah, her life was not the greatest, huh? I think that much is pretty clear. Looks so painful, you know? It kind of feels awful just to press on, and she seems to be in so much pain. Kind of makes me think about Lara Croft in the new games where she was so wounded she could barely walk. I don't know if we should look for story totems over here. because this is kind of open. Oh, there was the light again. So that's the way we need to go to. That's good, because then I can check the other stuff out first. Also, the voices seem to be very quiet right now. So I kind of have a question for you guys. Senua has voices in her head, and they just make her insecure and tell her that she needs to go for it, and then they tell her that she needs to stop and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of wondering if it is very overwhelming for you guys to listen to, definitely if you're wearing a headset, because it feels a little bit overwhelming, right? Almost unbearable, and I think that's the goal of this game, to make you feel like it's unbearable, the way she has to live. And for me, in my experience, I can handle it pretty well, and I'm wondering if that's because the way my disorder works. It works in a very different way, as in I don't have voices, but my own thoughts are quite as busy as those voices. Not as extreme, but it's very exhausting, I can tell you that. I probably have half the energy of most people, and I'm just really tired and exhausted at the end of the day, because my thoughts just keep going, and they can also make me very insecure, and then I have to correct my thought pattern. So it's a very difficult process, but I learned to deal with it. But still, I'm kind of wondering how that. Oh, we have a face over there. That's good. I'm kind of wondering how that works for you guys. Is it just unbearable to listen to? Are your own thoughts also very busy? Yeah. You can just let me know in the comment section if you want to. I would love to hear your opinion on that.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
I really like her mother, the way she speaks to her, and the way she lets her daughter be her and advises her not to fight too hard against her own way of seeing the world. That was actually really beautiful made, though. How that just blends in between the rocks. Really cool. I like the style of this game so much. I don't know why, I just really connect with it. Let's see what else is out here. Feels like a big area to explore.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
There he was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Saw play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted.
Under the tree.
For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
Oh, what is this? Look at that. So they were talking about the big tree over there. Do you see that? The music is so good right now.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Sigurd, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Sigurd plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast. King Sigurd captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Alright. Sorry that I went out of reach there. So Odin put a sword into the tree and only Sigmund could get it out of it. So we're kind of having a sword in stone kind of story here. Oh, here's another one. Good. Let's see how that continues on.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
What, she numbed up his face? Now, what's this? Kinda looks like a tree and a sword in the middle. No clue what that means, but we can't seem to focus on it. So, maybe we'll have to come back later for this. Let's get a nice overview of this area. Seems to be a good spot. We have something on the other side of the water over here. We have a broken down Viking ship, like many others over here. And that's where the big tree is. What are those, archers? But yeah, we have the big tree over there. I think that's where we're going next, probably. We saw Dillion underneath there. We're still following this light, if I am correct. Really cool. Alright, so nothing else we can do over here, I guess. Oh, and of course, there's a tree on this door. So that must indicate that we need to go do something at the tree before we can pass through this door. And there's a sword on it, and it was telling it about Odin putting the sword in the tree. So probably have to do something with that. Maybe we get the sword. We don't have a sword right now. That would be really cool. Let's see. This was the last one we collected. Oh, and there's 4 more. Kinda curious about this story, how it ends with Sigmund and his family. So let's explore this a little bit more. Can we go around this? Huh, we can. I really like how they make you feel like you have a lot of freedom. You actually don't, because it's a pretty linear story, which I don't mind at all, by the way. I love linear stories. I'm always kind of like, just take me along for this one. I'll just sit here and take it all in. As you probably notice, I kind of like exploring and looking around, even if there's nothing to do. I'm not really making a haste of getting out of here. Hope that doesn't bother you, but I just really like to take it all in. It's gonna be so hard to find these kind of driftwood story things now, because everything just looks the same in here. I mean, it could be anywhere. I'm just trying to zigzag through this mess. I'm trying not to miss anything because yeah, they blend in pretty well. I mean, if we just miss one of these paths, we can just miss it very easily, I feel like. Like, that could be one. Is this one? It is. Wow.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund.
Wow.
So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. I felt like she's probably gonna bite his face off, but he bit her tongue. I wonder how much of these stories are accurate, like from the real mythology. I do recognize this story, and I have no clue where I could have heard it before, but yeah, I do recognize the story about the honey on the face and the wolf and the she-wolf, but only that bit. This is just insane. It just goes on and on.
Watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Alright, that seems like a main path. Oh yeah, there's the light, so we need to go over there. Oh, here's one. Why is our vision so blurry?
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother.
Oh, what?
She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. Luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Wow, that's just completely insane. So she sleeps with her own brother, bears a son. Wow. Yeah, that other path seemed to lead to somewhere else, so I kind of want to check out the right side of this, because I think we skipped that. Because we have 2 more of these stories to collect, right? I kind of don't want to move on until I found them all. And this is a dead end. I know I'm taking a bit of time here. Look at that though. Looks so amazing. Yeah, I'm probably taking a little bit long here, but I just don't want to miss anything, you know? It seems like we need to go back here eventually to go yeah, through the door over there. Let's see, this one we got. But if we just continue on with this story with Sigmund so much later, I will have forgotten what it was all about. I will lose track of the story because when we get to the tree, I'm pretty sure a whole new thing starts. Probably. Did we actually see the other side of this? Because I think we just went this way straight away, so maybe there's one over here as well. I guess this episode is just gonna be a lot of exploring. Not every episode can be action-packed and full of fighting. Well, we won't be doing any fighting at all because we don't have a sword right now, so. Yeah, I think we've been here as well, so. We're probably just missing one, and maybe there's one more on the path that we're trying to avoid right now. Yeah, this is just where we came from. I'm always kind of looking at the patterns, you know? The patterns they just apply. So to this one, it seems pretty clear the distance between these story things. So that's why I'm kind of still wondering in this area. I feel like there should be one here in the middle because there's one over here behind this. We have 3 behind us. And I feel like there should be one more in the middle over here, but I could be totally mistaken, of course. I'm probably just overanalyzing. So, just one thing left to do and let's move on. And otherwise we'll just have to remember what the story was about. And get back to it later. This one we got, for sure. There might be one more on this path. I do feel like we're missing one.
No, it's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. Do you really
I want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going?
Whoa, what? Now what's this?
What is she firing?
You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. This is such a contrast. I don't even know what's happening right now. This game sure takes you on a journey of surprises. This is crazy. I love it though. It's very beautiful. I guess this was what things were before, or maybe how things looked before.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. to come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe.
And we're back to
It
reality.
only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel it.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Yeah, for real. Oh, that shadow voice is the worst.
Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, man. I promise.
Wow. So the thing I'm kind of wondering right now is, so this hell, right? We are traveling to hell and we're kind of already in it. We're traveling to Helheim, but let's just say this all is just hell, and it looks like it too. Is this just her kind of hell? You know the story, I don't know if you know this, but there is kind of one theory where starts talking again, that's why I'm standing still all the time. There's this kind of theory where your kind of heaven or your kind of hell is kind of a representation of your experiences or your memories or what you want it to be or what your worst fears are. And we kind of just saw this scene where it seems like they met for the first time near this tree. So maybe this is her version of hell and not as much as just in general. Kind of wondering how that works in this world. Now what's this? Alright. Seems important, but non-interactable for now. Let's just look around this area a little bit and then I'm gonna wrap it up. This is crazy, all those hanging bodies everywhere. I like the other version more. There's another one. Seem to have another story thing over here. I think this one also belongs to where we left off, right? Maybe there's two over here. That would be good. Yes, also the driftwood.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hole. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out, so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
Oh, and there's the last one. Good. I'm happy about that. We found them all. It's a pretty big area, so Kind of worried for a second.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
That was some story. This sword that they are talking about, Gram, I really do hope that that's our new sword. I mean, seems quite obvious that's gonna be, right? So, next time we're gonna figure out how this all turns out. I'm gonna wrap it up over here. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe a little bit for your patience. Maybe my sense of time is a little bit warped because I'm playing myself, but could be that it just took me a long time to explore this area. If that's the case, thank you for your patience. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new here. Leave a comment, let me know what you guys think, and follow us on Twitter, because that's where you will see right away when a new episode is out, and we will post some other things every now and then on Twitter as well. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.